Hey all, EC here, and today I want to talk about Super Mario Maker 3 and what I want to see in the next game in the series. Now, I do want to preference at the start of this video that there has not been a confirmed third game in development, but this is what I think they could do to make a third game and actually make it stand out more than the first two games in the series. So, Super Mario Maker 1 obviously was revolutionary. It was the first real Mario Maker game, obviously, and you could build your own Mario levels, and then with Mario Maker 2, they basically just built on that a bit more by adding more elements to the game, which is all you really need to do to make this game successful, to be honest. Super Mario Maker 2 did end up selling 8 million units, which is quite impressive as well. But I want to go over what I think they could do for a third game that will make it stand out more. So, if you're new, make sure you subscribe, like, all that stuff, and now we're going to get into it. So, how do you make a third Mario Maker feel special and feel different to what we already have? Quite simply, you just add more features. So, let's start with the obvious fact. The games we've been able to play so far, Super Mario Maker 1 and Super Mario Maker 2, have required you to make 2D or 2.5D games. These are like 2.5D or 2D levels based on Super Mario Bros. Or the new Super Mario Bros. Sort of series. Now, I feel that if Nintendo really wants to step up the game and make the next Super Mario Maker really like innovative and really special, they will let us make our own 3D Mario levels. Now, sure, I will say with that, there will probably have to be some limits, some technical limits on how long levels can be and how big they can be and how many assets can be on screen. I ain't going to deny that, but I do think it would definitely be a huge way to really push the series forward, especially as 3D Mario games and 2D Mario games both sort of coexist. So maybe you have, maybe you make Super Mario Maker 3, Super Mario Maker 3D, for example, because obviously you're making 3D levels, or maybe you just do a bit of both. We can make the 2D levels and the 3D levels in this game. I feel like that would be a huge way to actually sort of push, the series forward. I also feel like if they added more features from stuff like Super Mario Wonder and stuff, that would also be a huge win as well, because obviously that would add just more features and more sort of items, and it'd just be kind of an interesting way to do it, because you then have obviously more and more content that the previous game didn't have. I also feel like doing crossovers with other characters, like bringing in other characters from other Mario games or across other Nintendo franchises. Like, for example, there is an update where you get Link in Super Mario Maker 2. So imagine if they, added, like, say, Donkey Kong. Imagine we could play Donkey Kong in this sort of game. That'd be kind of fun. Or you bring in other Nintendo characters that are lesser known from other franchises, or how maybe even just have like little niche references in this game to other Mario franchises, where it's like say, for example, you can do like maybe your own little kart level, or there's like homages to like Super Mario Sluggers or Super Mario Tennis or whatever, by like having you be able to get these items in the game and actually use them against enemies. That'd be quite fun. That'd be quite fun. I'm not sure if Nintendo would actually do any of this stuff. I do kind of hope they do, because obviously Super Mario Maker, like, come on, there's so many ways you can really make this game bigger and better. And to me, it feels like you could just keep updating this game as you release new Mario content, and obviously it keeps people interested. Like, maybe they do the 3D levels, and they do, maybe you can reference stuff like Mario Kart, Mario Party. You have like maybe little mini games across the levels. I have no idea, but obviously this all depends on what Nintendo wants to do and how ambitious they want this project to be. Because I feel like Mario Maker as a series, like, genuinely, it could be their most ambitious series that they ever have, because they could just keep adding more and more content and more opportunities. And the funniest part is, for Nintendo, it's not even like they have to really do as much development for this sort of game, because all the fans will just develop their own levels and publish them for them. So imagine if they did that, and then they just, let everyone link it all online, and you can play anyone's levels, and that would just be like the dream, and that'd be like the ultimate Mario game, and Nintendo would have barely had to do anything. That's the insane part. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, turn notifications. I've been EC, and I'm signing out. Peace.